Good morning and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at how we can use a search bar view so we can actually look through and identify items inside our data project. As you can see right now, we can see in our search bar view struct that we're working at, it's a type view, and it's one we've created because there's not a built-in one for iOS before iOS 15, so we have to actually make our own for this. So it's just a quick little struct we make. We do have to make sure we use the app binding and app state property wrappers because we're taking care of data that's going to be sent across screens and behind the scenes. And so because it's going behind the scenes and across screens, that's why we need that app binding. And the app state is for that internal behind the scenes stuff, so we can actually go through and actually grab that information behind there. So that's what that's going for with that specifically. Let's take a look at the actual body structure. I'm using a Z stack, so I have at the back of that, I've got a rectangle to get that gray background you can see right here. Amazing, lovely gray color right here. And then you can also notice down here at the bottom of that Z stack that we have the frame height of 40, the corner radius of 12, and padding, so I get this cute little curved search bar look. So it looks just like a regular search bar. Great stuff, I know. Now the next thing we have is we have a horizontal stack. Inside that horizontal stack, we're using the image system name magnifying glass. And so we're using that system name so we can load one of the default images, in this case the magnifying glass right there, and I'm putting that inside that. And I'm having it set with padding with leading of -10 to push it all the way out to the left-hand side of the screen. Then we have a text field, and remember in a text field we have the hint text, in this case search ... and then we have the text parameter, and that's the bound value that we reference back up here, that binding value of search text. That way whenever the user types something in, it gets linked to that, the boundness to it. So it binds that value to the search text variable, we can have that right there. And then we have a conditional button. The button only exists if and only if we're actually using the text field right now. So if is editing, I'm going to create a button object. I'm going to set that action to be clear text field, and that's down, and that's defined down here. And that button will have an image name system multiply circle.fill, aka it's the X symbol that you're so used to seeing when you're trying to cancel something. And padding and trailing 5 pushed off to the right of it. And of course we have the foreground color, and that's going to be gray, so the text is gray as well. And the padding is leading to 15. And on tap gesture, we set it so that when we tap this button, or when we tap the search bar, we're going to make it so we can set is editing to be true. The clear text field method that we call inside the button itself to cancel, we set is editing to be false because we're no longer editing the text, so we don't want to have that. We then set our search text to be nothing because when we cancel it, we've wiped out the text we're working with. And then that next long thing, the UI application.shared.sendAction hashtag selector, passing it UI responder.resign first responder, then to nil from nil for nil, is saying, hey, if you've got the software keyboard up, nuke it, get rid of it, because we don't want that on the screen. So that's what's happening right there. And that's how we have that up on that thing. Now, we need to actually use the search bar view inside our project, so we're going to go ahead and go to our data view, where we've been doing most of our work already. And inside our data view, we pop that up right here. Now my preview is going to take a bit of time because I loaded too big of data sets for that, but that's no big deal. We have our observed objects for the data stores we're working with, of bucket store and baseball store, where we have that information. And what we do to make this work so we can actually search through this is we go and we create an at state variable called private var search text. We initialize that to the default value of nothing because, again, we haven't searched for anything yet, so leave it blank. Then we have a lovely closure-based variable or calculated variable, so it's private var filter results, and it's assigned a type of bucket list item list. And so if my search text value is empty, it gives me all the buckets. Okay, cool. However, if I've typed something into search text, I want to limit my results so it only gives me the values that match that. And so I return bucketstore.buckets.filter, and here's where the closure part comes in. I use the $0 for that parameter for that filter call, and I'm going to get the parameter where only the creature's lowercase value contains the search case lowercase, or the goal contains that lowercase value of the search case that's also been lowercased. And so when I type in here, it's going to limit it down to this. So if I click on this lovely search, just even in preview, and I type in this case, we'll type unit. Oh, I have my unicorn, Thunderbird. Wait a second, Fenrir, those don't have that, but let's click on Thunderbird right here. Oh, I want to get accepted to a university. Oh, cute little caterpillar. And Fenrir, I want to be something and unique. Oh, that's how the unit gets in there. So even though I typed in unicorn or unit for that right there, it gets all the unicorns, but then the ones that have the text in it, in this case Thunderbird and Fenrir, it brings those in right there. So it filters that down. And then again, when I press the lovely cancel button, watch what happens. whoomp, it goes to not editing, and I now get all the values back up on that. It's a great way we can use that. So again, all I had to do was create that quick little search bar view topic. I add that right here inside my VStack, so it just adds that item right there. And the work happens right here inside that filter results closure based variable, where I return the bucket store.buckets.filter. So I filter my results based on the value where that creature's lowercase value matches the search text.lowercase value. And so I can do that, and I can do any type of combination I want on that. But that's all it takes to make that happen. It's an easy way to filter your results and how to create a search bar in iOS pre-15. So you can do some really cool stuff, not hard to do, easy to make, and it's a great way to try, do some logic inside a project and filter results of some lists that you're working on. So it's a great way to grab that. One other thing we do have to make sure we do assign that for each. Instead of being the bucket store.buckets, we do update it to the for each, so it's using filtered results as that value, so it grabs those values to use the for each inside that list. And that's all it takes to make that happen. Great job, thanks again, and have a great day. We'll see you next time. Cheers, bye-bye.